Hello, folks. This is the Crime Dawg live show, the Crime Dawg live stream. This is it, baby. Here's the deal. So, this is the podcast we talked about, right? We started this whole program, the Crime Dawg podcast, because of common sense has arrived, right? We talked about shooting it down the middle from day one, whether the cops are right or whether they're wrong. And we have done a plethora of videos of telling you how the cops were right. And we've done a few, not many, of how the cops were wrong. Tonight, we're going to tell you why the cops are wrong. I'll tell you right now, folks, welcome to the Crime Dawg podcast. I'm your host, Johnny FIORICA. I'm a 30-year veteran in the Rochester Police Department, retired detective. After serving all that time, I'll tell you right now, I got the greatest guy sitting next to me right now. His name is David SIMPSON. He's also a 22-year veteran detective, retired from the Rochester, New York Police Department. David, right now, we're going to finally show a video where people thought we didn't shoot it down the middle, but we're shooting it down the middle. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this video, even though the guy on the other end videoing is a total D-bag, there is a lot of issues with this video that give cops a bad name. You there, David?
I'm here.
All right, yeah. So I didn't know if you're giving me a thumbs up or your audio was off.
I was just saying thumbs down on the whole situation.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, folks, we're going to tell you exactly why we shoot it down the middle. This is the exact video. David sent this to me this morning, and I'm like, we got to do a pod on this because this is totally ridiculous. At the end of the day, what we're talking about is being honest. We're retired detectives, so we're going to be totally honest about what's going on right now. We're going to show you a video in NYPD, and this is totally horrible as far as police service for cops. I know that you're going to sit there and say, well, the guy filming it was a total D-bag. However, if you listen to what he was saying, he had prior to him videoing the two cops that showed up to help him, which I don't think they were there to help him. They just happened to be in the area. He was saying to them, hey, I need your help. I got assaulted. And they're saying, yeah, call 911. Horrible video. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, a couple points. First of all, it doesn't matter the extent of the assault. If he is a hood rat and, you know, a problem child in the neighborhood or whatever, it doesn't matter. Focus on the body language of the police officers and how they say what they say and what they say.
Right.
Don't worry about everything else, because I know that this guy's probably, a corner boy, if you will.
Yeah, a guy that slings and does some nefarious individual stuff. Danny, I think we should pop the video on and show our audience what we're talking about.
This is crazy. I'm over here reporting a crime that a crazy nigga just came up to me.
I'm asking you, do you need help? Are you in pain?
I don't need help no more, miss. You get back in your car and get the fuck out of here. What you talking about? You had an attitude for no reason. You had an attitude for no reason, miss. You had an attitude. Can I get a supervisor? Can I get a supervisor, please?
For what?
Can I get a supervisor? Because I came to report an incident because a came up to me as I was recording.
This is not our area.
What do you mean?
This is not our area.
It's not an area for what? What do you mean? It's not an area for what?
You have to call 911 to report that incident. We're just by.
What? I was walking down the block and she got assaulted right here, so I came up to the car to ask her and tell her about the report.
That has nothing
Nothing to do with y'all. It has nothing to do with y'all? Get the out my face. That's crazy. You hear this? Yo, a guy just assaulted me. I came to the car to tell them, and they tell me it's not their problem. It's not their problem. Ain't that crazy to you? Get out of here. I just got assaulted, and I came to them to ask them for help, and they told me it's not their problem. Because you came at me mad hostile. Yes, you did. How you didn't come at me hostile? You came at me hostile. I don't need your help. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't need your help. You are 911, ain't you? Ain't you 911 though? Ain't you 911? Ain't you 911? It's stupid, man. I don't gotta keep it going nowhere. You keep it moving. I'll pay tax. I don't gotta go nowhere. 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 How about you go in the store, get and get out of here, man? So y'all don't want to do your fucking job. I got it all on video that I just got assaulted. Y'all don't want to do nothing about it.
All right, David. So listen, that's the video right there. Okay. At the end of the day, I know exactly what happened. Okay. At the end of the day, we talk about this all the time. We've all been in these situations. We're in an area, either A, we shouldn't have been in, B, it was overtime and we were tasked with doing something else. We should have been doing something else. They're telling them to call 911. At the end of the day, this is a bad look. And when you have a person coming up to you, his delivery sucks, by the way. I'm sure this guy isn't the pillar of the NYPD community or the New York City community. But at the end of the day, when you talk about a guy walking up to cops, asking for his service, he said he was assaulted. Now, I could tell by the way they responded to him where they go, "Oh, do you have physical injury? Are you in pain?" Because he obviously wasn't displaying that, but he wanted police services. And these are the videos that make us all look bad because I know that they were being lazy. I don't want to take care of this guy, even if he was BSing us when they say it's not our area, call 911. That is
That's
a horrible look for cops in general. This is why we all look bad in this video.
Listen, I was the first one not to want to take reports
Right.
in my own car beat, let alone if I was out of my car beat having to take someone else's report. I get
Right.
it. However, there's a way, especially on video, to play the game and have a
Right.
little verbal judo with the guy and placate to him a little bit and calm him down and make the department and the uniform and the badge look the way it should look.
Right.
And there's a wrong way to do it, and their body language and how they're just carrying themselves is just a fail. In my opinion, it's a fail.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's a colossal failure. So either they were driving up to that corner store for a reason, and I'm not even joking when I say this. They either liked the sandwiches there, they were there to see somebody or whatever. They were definitely in an area either they shouldn't have been and they drove to, or they're on
Which mean
over.
just for everyone, that means
Yeah,
they left their car beat. So you're
right.
designated a certain car area. You're supposed to stay in that car beat area, a certain block radius. And if you venture out of that jurisdiction, so to speak, you can get your pee-pee whacked by a boss.
100%. So a car beat is like a pizza, right? An area that you work is designated an area. A slice of that pizza is called a car beat. They were either out of their car beat or they were in an area where they were like, "Oh, let me just go. I like the soda at this place. It's colder." Or I know this guy over here, blah, blah, blah. Either way, they were somewhere that they got caught off guard. I don't even need to know the entire video. But when they tell the guy, David, it's not our area, call 911. That is no bueno, especially in 2025. We wouldn't have done this 20 years ago to a
Right.
guy
And
with
and
no
be
body
and
cams.
believe me, he comes across like a total jerk.
100%.
He is I guarantee he's a hood rat, and I guarantee he didn't get assaulted. He probably got scuffooned or
Right.
whatever because he was probably, doing something nefarious he shouldn't have been doing or whatever.
Right.
I'm sure. I'm not saying that this guy is like you said, the pillar of the community, but the
Hmm.
police response was what does us all damage. They didn't play the game, especially when they know they're on camera. They could see he's recording. They know
100%.
what's gonna happen. Like, what's gonna happen. Play to the camera. Play
Right.
the game.
And here's the other issue too. You could see on their chest they had BWCs on. They had body worn cameras on. So
Was
whether
not.
they
I
right, they
I
right,
bet you it was not because they
right.
weren't in their area.
Right. So I guarantee you when they pop that footage in or NYPD pops their footage on their BWC, whether it was on or whether it wasn't, there is video of this. And I'm not saying, and we've said it a million times, even in this freaking 9 minute span that we've been talking right now, we could tell this guy either is a D bag, was a D bag. But at the end of the day, I don't know what happened before, but I think he may have started filming because of his frustration of them telling him, which they reiterated during the video, "Oh, call 911, we're out of our area." That's horrible. This
Call
is
ni
2025.
the best line is he goes, "You are 911.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are 911, right?
Who else am I supposed to call? You're here."
Right. Who am I going to call? You're the guys and girls that are supposed to show up after I call 911.
Who
Listen, folks,
what cop could get away saying that? The cop is standing there and you're telling them, "Yeah, you gotta call 911." You are 911.
this is exactly the video. And when we started this whole platform, David, a year and a half ago, we promised to shoot it down the middle. We promised you when there was incidents that we found, and you could send it to us. We're at Crime Dog Podcast. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, You name it, we're on it. Okay. Send it to us on our
We'll
Twitter.
break down any video you want us to.
We'll break down any video you want. When the cops are right, we'll tell you not only why they're right, but what our training and our experience tells you why they should be right. And when they're wrong in this incident, I don't need to see the before video, right? This isn't even like an NFL penalty where the guy that gets hit with a penalty, he got pushed first. What they said even afterwards, it was horrible. So we're going to tell you right now, we're not in favor of what the hell this incident was all about with the NYPD guys, because we love the NYPD guys. We've done videos in the past where we said, you know what, these guys are 100% right. They're great. They got a lot of stuff to deal with, but this is no bueno on this video. They were being filmed, David, and they should have done the right thing and say, hey, listen, play the game. What happened, sir? You don't look like you're injured. You don't see any physical injuries. How could we help you today, sir? Can we give you a report? Do you want an ambulance? Are you having experience breathing, or is there a problem with your physical well-being where I can get you an ambulance? Because right now, you don't look like you're hurt. They didn't do any of that. None of that.
Right. I mean, it was, you couldn't have done it any worse. And
No.
this is coming from a guy, again, I
Right.
was not a report taker. I would find any way. I would spend more time trying to get out of writing a report than
Right.
writing a report. But I
Right.
didn't do it that way. I did it with honey. I did it with a smile and a
Right.
little shimmy, shimmy, shake.
Right. Folks, listen, this is the Crime Dawg podcast. You're listening to two guys that are retired, ton of experience between the two of us. We have a lot of experience. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a video, if you have audio, if you have anything you want us to analyze, send it to us. We're going to give you our take. It is going to be totally uncensored. We're going to tell you when the cops are right. We're going to tell you when the cops are wrong. Folks, stick with us for future episodes if you want the truth. But like my brother-in-law, Frankie Grassi, says, if you can't make it, who cares?
Hoorah.